What a matchup. A repeat of the Kevin Carp matchup. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the semi-finals. I guess it's the semi-finals here between Ezad and Kevin. After a bit of an interesting tournament, or thereof lack of. But we're here with some two players who want us to be here. It's great to see for a best of. Might even be a best of five. I'm gonna assume it's a best of three because it's only a one-day event, with the final being a best of five. I assume. Game number one is on Great Plains. We do see Ezad playing as the Indian civilization spawning to the north of the map in the colour blue. Dropping down Agra Fort, one villager here. Here comes the market. He is sending in distributors though to try and get a shipment going down. That'll give him a wagon, which he might go trading post here. Yeah, he's going to trading post with that wagon. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, we see Kevin building his trading post mid-map with the Explorer again. Okay, this Explorer's going for a bit of a wander. I don't know where he's going, but I think he's crossing the map. He's going to take a little bit of damage here from that castle. His first card behind it is going to be 700 wood. He's actually going for all of the market attacks, even queuing in Imperial Bureaucracy nice and early behind this. Monastery being thrown out nice and early from Ezad there, looking for the extra XP that the Monastery provides, trying to help that shipment progression tick along even faster. Meanwhile, Kevin, he's playing as the Iroquois, spawning to the southwest in the colour red. Here comes a travel marketplace. That was a 5-vil shipment, I believe. Yeah, so he's opened up this game with 5-vil into crates, looking to maybe drop down this Empire Wars a bit more defensively, double defensive War Heart. This looks like everything to suggest he wants to go for a kind of a FF here, realistically. Might have wanted to squeeze in 600 wood in this deck as well, but knowing him, he's probably going to do something crazy like sending Astute Trade-in as the next card. Explorer's taking on 6 Seapoys here. Has to fall back. Going to try and kite his way out, but I think it's more important just to keep this guy high HP, so when he does get upgraded to the 3rd age, he's just a force to reckon with. Meanwhile, Ezad, another shipment nearly ready to go behind this, has gone wood trickle, 700 wood. Export, I believe. He's gone for the export villagers, and I'm sure his next card here will be... Would it be foreign login? He's training quite a lot of age 2 units, and I think Kevin is getting himself sorted, ready to go to the next stage. And you know, compared to previous games that Kevin has played as the hero, I think game 1 versus Carpet, I think he got his strategy a bit off. When he played versus Optimus, he went very aggressive age 2 versus the German. That worked quite well. I think this game, I think Ezad's got this balance absolutely spot on, aging up quickly, going for the 5-vil, 800 wood. Kanya pivot? Did he need the Kanya pivot? I think Kanya pivot's nice because you don't have to lose them. Nice raid and villager down there, keeps 4 alive. He's actually somewhat holding on to his train post for another XP pass. It's very critical. Don't lose the XP though. You don't want to give your opponent 100 XP. But I get so much stronger on the age up. Kanya's back into the action and looking pretty decent. There's the town centre wagon, and there is the that's the travois that the Iroquois gets up from their age up as being Iroquois. It all gets so confusing. I know. Turns out when the Portuguese age up to the 3rd age, they literally do get 2 town centres. It is quite funny. But I'm not too sure if their town centre limit increases as well. I'm sure that would have been considered, but town centre mid-map. Oh, going agrarian ways from the farm and estate. That kind of explains why he might want to drop down an estate with his next wagon. So I think the idea here is he's got his wagon being built somewhere. If he drops down the estate, drop down the estate over here. He's going to get all these techs here for free. That's great feast. That's going to be the other ones there from the gold mining. And he's playing as the natives, those affect natural resources as well, I believe. Yeah, look at that. Villager from Tribal Marketplace, yes. It doesn't actually say from a mine, because I guess it's just an Aero tech, so actually that would make no sense. Seapoy's going down to the southern side, trying to look for a raid, trying to maybe catch the Empire wagon, just crossing the map, unsuspecting, and pick down off there. Wanda again from Ezad being placed pretty much the same place that Carter places H4, and the same things happened. It's been denied. That's quite awkward, that is. I hope he's somewhat closer to the next stage. Yeah, another Charminar Gate being denied. Skirms have kind of gone off to the front face, so the villagers go back onto that Wanda. Not really too sure. Like Kevin wanted to allow that to happen. I think the time he's getting Ezad stuck in H2 is actually going to work out really, really well. Raid bottom side. One villager going down here, looks like. Yep, that will go down. That's brutal. Ottoman Consulate still has the militiamen ready to go. Nearly has enough export here for Hussars, so you might want to stay on the Ottoman Consulate until that happens, but I guess if you're ever at risk of losing this, which it is going to be, I assume it's going to go Minutemen to try and hold on to it. I wonder how many have died back into Kevin's base. I'm going to ride with Kevin's point of view here to see if that number goes down or up. Console goes down, 100 XP going in. He's going for creative resources here. 17 idle vills, and that's as a result of this Seapoy raid pushing in. Doing a lot of damage. Yep, bad luck, that is absolutely true. If you age up with a Townsend's position, you get 2 TCs, or TC wagons. Which sounds great, but you age up with the slower age if for those civs who have a fast age, you just kind of don't really have that tempo. So it's great for boomy games, but other civs can have the boomy option while aging fast. So it's kind of like give some, take some, it seems. Elite Canyon Horsemen, 7 of them. There are 8 musket riders here with Elite Forest Prowlers. It's quite hard to kind of distinguish what's going on. Back into the base. Those Seapoys are being really annoying. Now Disciplined Seapoy being detected behind. Kevin at 29 villagers. He was at 27 vills. He hasn't lost too many. He's actually increased in villager production, but it's been quite annoying. Having to send crates of 400 resources to the north. He's going spice trade. Kevin is going spice trading in the 3rd age. He's out of military shipments really already, so he can't go 5 Graciers, he can't go 5 Canyers or 5 muskets. He's just going spice trade to try and kind of boost his army, boost his eco, which is fine because he's got all these hunts to kind of gather from. And the Cheyenne as well, if he needs to be. So I kind of see it. I think it's fair enough. Second last night. What is Empire Wars? You're watching Empire Wars right now. Every shipment you get a builder wagon. Shipments send faster. You start off with lots of resources. Or start with 1,000 foods to age up to the next stage. Consulate come down there. Using that builder wagon to drop down the consulate. Let's see if Kevin he's had another shipment. He's got 1 shipment ready to go. What will he send behind this? I think he wants to go for a Yurimi. I think that's what he wants at the moment. Most of it is Elite Musket Rider and Forest Prowlers. I'll give him some sort of natural kind of check to those units, but he's going to go for Seapoys here. Oh, he's got a Mahout charge planned, I think, is what's going to go on. Disciplined Kirkus. This is official. This is official. It used to be unofficial, but then the guy who made this unofficial now works for the company, or does some work for the company. I don't know his arrangement. And has basically persuaded them to add it in. But I suppose it's because there's an official Empire Wars Age of Empires 2. So, similar company, they also want Empire Wars Age of Empires 3. And I think Empire Wars for Age of Empires 3 works so much better as well. Or, well, I don't know. It has its charm. It's quite nice. So, this Empire Wars wagon's going off to build a stable on the sides. Town Centre wagon's still making villagers. But Kevin, still in front, kind of like laying a soft siege. Not really going too aggressive in there. Kevin's army is actually looking pretty small in comparison to Ezad at the moment. Mansadar Seapoy being trained, 22 Seapoys after the 9 Seapoys hitting the floor. A couple of town centres behind. That's the town centre on the age up here from Kevin. And he's just minding his own business here. Villagers gathering food at 1.47 food per second. So that is, if I have a look here, that's going to be Kevin with all his food techs from the farm, hunting dogs, and spice trade. So these guys are gathering food so fast. Great eco. Going to the 4th age now with the warrior, Forceman field cannons. And I think Ezad might not be expecting this. Infantry combat coming behind. Disciplined Seapoys getting buffed. I think it's a Gurkha combat card as well. Yeah, 10% combat on the Gurkha is very, very nice. Will he go elephant combat? Maybe not. I think he's going to save himself now for the next stage and try and work in the Matador Yumi Regiment and Yumi Swordsman Regiments for the castle. Bit surprised he completed that double batch of 5 sepoys. Actually, if he's gonna age, he's gonna age behind this. This is his time to do it. But he's just gonna push with his larger mass. I guess that's why he's completed the thing. You can see he's going for this 320 XP treasure. It's basically for free when you've got an army this size, or maybe attack move has gone crazy. I don't know. Whatever happens, he just picked up himself 400 XP worth of killing and treasures. That's very, very nice. Another shipment ready to go. Here come the siege elephants, and this is a great card. This is actually going to give him cover versus the light cannons, and actually this is going to make the Indians push even more scary, because what Kevin was playing for was these light cannons to try and win this kind of war versus the infantry. But there's siege elephants out in the field. I don't really know how Ezad's going to cope with this. It might even be the case that Ezad may want to train an elephant as well. Quite expensive, but if he can get 1 or 2 in, really will be very strong. There's 2 siege elephants coming through. There's the siege elephants. Now, where's the wagon? There's the Empire Wars wagon. What's it going to make? Hello.
Getting on 6 o'clock. You said you were going out.
Yeah. Gig starts at 7:30. I'm in a rush. Yeah, I got a clock right there. Thanks. Don't worry, parents were very curious that I did not know the time, but I got to be at this place half an hour away. About 7:15, maybe 6:30. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, back to where I was. Mahu's pulling back. We've got cannons pushing forward behind here. There's the siege elephants. Poor elephant, taking all these cannon shots to the leg. I think Ezad. I don't know what Ezad is thinking. Is he wants to stay and push this? He's not taking the engagement, even though now he's got the elephants. I think he's realised actually he might need to go to the next stage. He's going to try and pick up a trade. It's 32 range versus, well, I guess 32 range here from elephants, maybe 34 at the very tops. It's certainly, I don't think it's 30 range. So essentially, it's like, you can try and trade, but you might get absolutely destroyed by the cans as well. So it's not really worth either trying to commit and try and risk this one. He's going to go back and take down this very annoying war hut just to ensure that there's no cheeky side. Oh, that's a big volley there. Lower HP. Grouped up. Big volley coming in. Oh, cheeky double pop of siege elephants here. There's 4 elephants in the field for Ezad. Him training his elephants suggests he wants to stay here. He's now going for... why is he doing Rogan jackets? That's just more damage versus heavy infantry and maybe per shipment. I don't think he really wants that. Okay, elephants now just overpowering and trading with the field cannons. This is actually exactly what he wants. The cavalry being pulled in, but I'm sure they'll be pulled back out. Drag box out. Elephants are double timing it. Mahut's going in. Look at that drag box. The reformation. It's going deep in, and there's a whole raft of disciplined sepoys with the Mantadar regiments. Siege elephants come behind there, but want to target down the elite mantlets. But the damage here that Ezad can do in close quarters is actually very staggering. It's certainly much more. The mantlets are very good at tanking up damage though. So see all these sepoys targeting in range damage. All these sharpshooters and muskets are just laughing from behind. These guys tank so much damage behind. It's very, very good. But with these sepoys, Iro needs more and more skirms. Bostanchi Hussar right behind Southern Lines. He's getting out on the field with more villagers than that. More trading going on. And I think it's absolutely fine here for Ezad. These are very strong units. No British consulate yet. Still on the Ottoman Hussar consulates. So missing out on some extra HP there for his units. Champion musket riders driving in there with the horse. Look at that lavish paint style. But Yurimi on top of the musket riders and just been cut down. Yurimi with multipliers versus musket. Where are the Kanyas? There's no Kanyas here. And what's a pop there from Ezad? The Yurimi, they're all still alive. This is going pretty quickly. Hussar's still getting the raid in behind. He's at 67 villagers. Kevin only on 34, looking to get in a scouting party. 5 tomahawks. You know you're in trouble if you call him the 5 tomahawk. Big busting ability. The thing is, these Yurimis do absolutely no damage to mantlets due to their 50% range resist. But siege elephants are working through the buildings, and that's actually just nice, just to see them working through buildings as it goes on. Momentum clearly in Ezad's favour. But here comes another batch of Mahuts charging in. Most of the canyons are gone, mantlets are gone. It's just soft open skirmishes available for the elephants to push in. And Kevin has resigned. Ezad taking that score. Nice game that was. Enjoyed that. So yeah, Kevin going for the 4th age, trying to like mass field cannons, get his guard units, but essentially Ezad just showed that if you're India age 3, you've got the siege elephants there. A couple of siege elephants just trade versus the cannons, and once the cannons are out of the equation, then you've got your Mansabdar units, you've got your infantry combat units, British consulate. You didn't go for that, but the quality of the Indian units in age 3 is so strong. The elephants were managed to charge in, and Kevin just didn't have the massive units to deal with that composition there. Look at this, a final fight, 124 population versus 105, but dominating that fight in exchanges. And yeah, that is game number 1.